Greetings, fellow Clashers, and welcome to GWN. You know what's frustrating? It's when you record an entire video and then you realize you forgot to turn your microphone on, so everything you said, none of it made it on the video. But this time I can see the little bars moving. I know for a fact that I'm actually talking to you. Welcome to a weekly status update. I know it's actually been about 2 weeks since we did a status update. Not a lot to talk about, but tell you where we're at in the games and what's going on and what the plan is. First of all, you see the current BH6, my main game on Noctair, right here on the screen. I like this; it's coming along great. I have one more crusher to do. This one is working its way through now, and then I'll knock out the next one. After that, it's the clock tower and the guard post, and I'm done. All of Builders Hall 6 will be upgraded. I cannot wait. Well, everything except for the walls, but you guys know I don't put any stock in the walls. I think walls are ridiculous anyway. The troops. Come on, respawn. There we go. Wrong thing, but there we are. All I've got left to do on my troops is the cannon carts, and they're right now going to 9. So here in the next week or so, I'll have them to 12, and all the troops will be done too. So I'm looking forward to that. Other games, let's take a look at where we're at in the trophy rankings. You can see we had the season reset a few days ago, so Noctair is just a little over 4,000 trophies. Noctair and Kosvan Nacht are both over 3,000 trophies. Those are our new Builder Hall 6 games. Not a lot to say on those. I think they both have firecrackers and maybe one other defense done. I goofed this morning on Noctair and actually started upgrading the clock tower for some reason. Don't ask why. I pounded the button and didn't even realize what I was doing. Real disappointing because I was about to upgrade something a little bit better, like, a crusher or something like that. But, well, what can you do? At least everything is pretty much evened up, though, and they've got a couple of level 6 defenses, which what's important. Cyberon, still working on maxing Builders Hall 5. All the structures are done. All that remains on that one is some walls to level 4. Pop over there real quick. There you go. I got 5 walls at level 3 that need to go to level 4 still. I don't think I'm going to do the level 5 walls here. I had considered doing so, but I will be out of things to spend elixir on. And I don't want to just build up and waste elixir. I can't do that. Even though I'm trying to be more like a maxer on this particular game, there's just so far that I can go. And the idea of actually wasting elixir, not using it when all I got to do is upgrade to Builders Hall 6 real quick, I can't do that. So that's where we're at with that. We've got the new Builders Hall 5 games, Zed Verteidigung, Naid Kosanta, and Clash Maniac. They are coming along fine. To be honest, I think they're about half to 3/4 of the way through Builders Hall 5 now. Just about everything is level 5 on those games. They've got like maybe a couple of the big ones, like the Multi-Mortar, maybe the Crusher. I've kind of shifted up my upgrade path on these games because for some reason the meta has turned heavily over to the ground game. I've always done air first because air becomes such a prevalent attack style at Builders Hall 5 and through Builders Hall 6. But I've been just getting hammered on the ground. So I've gone ahead and started doing some updates to the ground targeting defenses, like, for example, the Crusher, the Multi-Mortar. I already was doing the Tesla and the Archer Towers, but it seems to be helping a little bit. So I may revise my upgrade guide here in the next week or so to suggest doing some of these ground defenses before the air defenses. But of course, as soon as I do that, the meta will change again and we'll be right back where we were. So Phoenix Abyss. This is our Hyper Rush game coming along really nicely. It has level 3 defenses, and we are almost ready to do the level 5 Builder Hall upgrade. Right now, we are doing level 8 beta minions. Now, as I mentioned, I switched my attack style from ground to air about mid to 3/4 of the way through Builders Hall 4. And since we're doing a Hyper Rush here, knowing that I want to do air, I went ahead and stopped upgrading my barbarians and archers and immediately switched over to doing the minions. Now, when we get the beta minions done, we'll be ready to launch the Builders Hall 5 upgrade. That's what we're waiting on. It's all we're waiting on. And now that we're doing the level 8 upgrade, I started saving up to do the new Builders Hall upgrade as well. I anticipate starting the Builder Hall upgrade in the next day, maybe 2. I don't remember how much gold I had left on this one, but either way, it will be done by the end of the weekend. And then we'll throw everything down, upgrade a storage or 2, and start working on getting to Builders Hall 6. The goal is to get this there as quickly as possible. There's a big debate that rages on the forums about whether we should do a rush, be it strategic or hyper rush, whether we should do maxing or near maxing. The only one that's really bad is full maxing, because like I said earlier, on the Cyberon game, you end up just sitting there with a ton of elixir that you're sitting on, and you got nothing to do with it. Other than that, the other forms of rushing and near maxing, they're really about the same. It takes about the same time to get through Builders Hall 6. If you near max, you go to Builders Hall 6 stronger. If you hyper rush, you go to Builder Hall 6 quicker. It's up to you. It's a personal preference. I do both, and I just don't see that big of a difference. People say you cannot near max or max in the game. That's not true. Early on, it was really, really hard to do, but the meta has changed. There's more players. There's a wider diversity of Builders Hall levels, quantity-wise. So you can near max if you want to. As I've said before, I don't recommend really fully maxing, though, because it just takes way, way too long to get those walls upgraded. Get them up to level 3 or 4, and then make the jump to Builders Hall 6. You'll be happy that you did, because you don't want to spend a month working on those stupid walls to Builders Hall 5 levels and all that time wasting that elixir. At any rate, that is what we have for an update today. That's all the games and where they're at. Don't have any interesting attacks because, like I said, we just had the season cut over, and all the attacks right now are kind of mediocre. There's plenty of wins, but they're not really spectacular, nothing interesting to look at. A lot of 1-star wins and a few losses in there, so kind of boring stuff. But hopefully in the next week or 2, I'll have some more attacks of interest. We got to do our mass beta minion video talking about how good that works, and it's great. I love using mass beta minions. Yes, that, and then Mitch, of course, with One Camp of Witches. So if you got any questions, any videos you'd like to see, topics you'd like to discuss, go ahead and toss them down in the comments. Also, you can catch me on the forums. Be more than happy to take private messages over there if you know of something you'd like to see. We'll be doing more on bases and how to design them, as well as how to break them down. A couple more attack videos, strategies, things like that. Hit like, hit subscribe. Help me build the channel. Thanks a lot, guys, for sticking around at the end of the video, and I'll catch you later. Keep clashing.